So, if we remember last year, AI made a lot of people a lot of money. Like it really started to pump a lot. And as we know, a lot of crypto things, they come around in cycles. So, is AI about to explode again? Well, we're going to touch on that now today. We'll look through a few different projects and see what we think. Apologies, by the way, that there was no video yesterday. I put out a short. I had a night shift and slept all day. Had another night shift last night. So it's now 7:39 in the morning. There will be two videos today, though. There'll be a Casper video coming out later on as well, the one with the K. And then we'll have a good discussion about that too. So, according to like Google and some sources, so this is Statista, how much will AI be worth in 2030? Well, according to Next Move Strategy, they think that it could grow 24 by 2030 up to nearly 2 trillion US dollars. But this is what I'm going to show you something now is how that future predictions can sometimes be wrong. So Forbes here, can the AI economy really be worth 150 trillion by 2025? Now, obviously, I don't see it being that. That's going to be exceptionally high. But it is interesting to see that there's a lot of futuristic thoughts around AI. Now, we know that Elon Musk, I'm going to move myself out the way. Elon Musk said AI will eventually create a situation where no job is needed. Now, you can either be on the fence, on the side of the fence that suggests that AI could be a good thing for humanity, maybe solves a lot of complex issues that maybe we can't solve, but also it will eventually put a lot of people out of jobs and things like that, which is really important to try and build your own income streams and things like that, because AI could potentially, take over so many people's jobs in the very near future. We know Elon Musk has been fearful about it before, and he spoke in a conversation with Richie Sunak, the UK Prime Minister, that AI had the potential to become the most disruptive force in history. Musk has on multiple occasions warned of the threats of AI poses to humanity, most recently urging for a pause of development of AIs more advanced than OpenAI's Chat GPT-4, which obviously we know about. There's been films that predicted this stuff for years and years and years. I remember back like in the 80s, the Terminator, although not strictly AI, it was like a cybernetic organism. I think they described it as, but there's a fearful thing around this. It can prove dangerous. However, we've got to look at the ways that we can profit things and try and make our existences better, and that's why we are here today. The first one I want to talk about is Fetch AI. Now, a lot of people speak about this. I know a lot of people are really bullish on it. Build, deploy, and monetize with AI, various different integrations. We're not going to do a deep dive on every single one of these. What I'll suggest you do, if you want us to do a deep dive on one specific one, I'll put a little poll up after the video, and you can kind of choose which one you want us to go really deep into. But it's basically transforming your legacy systems to be AI ready without changing your existing APIs, and that's quite bullish. It's quite an interesting thing because people are having to change their existing things in order to implement this kind of technology. It's got loads of different things. You've got multiple integrations, all different services, things like that. I know a lot of people are very, very bullish on it. If you want to come and read the white paper, feel free to do that. Have a good look through this, the website itself, and obviously feel free and to vote in the poll, and we'll have a good discussion. It's currently priced at 66 cents. Most of its max supply is currently circulating. It's got a $702 million market cap. If we look at the price right now, it's obviously down a little bit because most of the crypto is, to be fair, and its all-time high was back in 2001. A couple of days before Quant hit its all-time high. It's 42.67 down from that range at the minute. If you look at its max chart, it's very pumpy and dumpy, but you kind of expect that because obviously this is like when Bitcoin double topped, and then you've got a rise now. So are we seeing another wave of AI interest? Which I think we are. I think we're going to see a lot of AI pumps coming up. The next one is Render. I really like Render. I really wish I got into Render when I first heard about Render. It's a fantastic project, advancing the next generation of rendering and AI technology. Now, rendering is going to be massive. It's massive in films, movies. It's massive in games. And gaming is obviously going to be a big narrative as well. And rendering is a massive part of that. It's got its own foundation. The Render Network is the leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions, revolutionizing the digital creation process. The network connects node operators looking to monetize their idle GPU compute power. Now, this is another thing. Like computational power is going to be a big thing. People are going to need it a lot more, and businesses and all the things that are building these massive, huge, hugely memory-filled things. They need to have a lot of GPU. And this is going to have that. The compute power is going to be necessary to be big, and Render's got that. So this is a really interesting one. You can flick through again, like I say, flick through the website. It's probably one of my favorite AIs, along with Tau. I really like Tau. I really wish I'd got that as well, but I went down a different route. focus more on the gamings, the layer ones, things like that. If we look at Render's chart, it's $3.85 at the minute. Now, this could easily be a three-figure coin. Its market cap is 1.4 billion, and it is kind of growing. Its max supply, obviously, is only 531 million, which is good. And, a large percentage of that is currently circulating. This could, I see 20, 30x for this all day. Again, it was 2 years ago when it hit its all-time high, $8.78, 56% down from that. And again, we're just seeing that kind of spike again with AI. Like we know it spiked last year and spiked. A lot of the AI tokens did spike, and it is going to come back for me. I think it's going to be a big narrative in this bull run. The next one is Tau. Now, Tau's a little bit different. It's a really interesting one. It's a very complex one. I really, really like it. I think it's a great project. The website is a little bit dated. I'd like to see it like a little bit more futuristic. But it's got a vision for a decentralized AI company and has captivated a large number of people in the arenas of artificial intelligence and computer science who have yearned for an alternative to the top-down being created by our current technological giants. However, the promise of what Bitensor, sorry, I always call it Bitensor, and someone said, don't call it that. It sounds like dinosaur. Do Bitensor. So I'm going to call it Tau. It'll be easier. I can't get accused of mispronunciation then. And it's been masked by large technical barriers to understanding and thus has not been well digested by non-technical audiences. And I think there is an element to that. If you can make it so people don't realize they're using AI, a lot of these chatbots and that now that work for things like Amazon and things, if you're talking to some of these AIs, you wouldn't sometimes be able to tell the difference. And I think that's the worrying thing. And obviously, they're AI chess players now that are beating, real chess players and things like that. It is concerning, how good this stuff's getting. But this one just absolutely flew, and I love its scarcity. Only 21 million, so it's as scarce as Bitcoin. $218.34. I think it hit over 300. I think it went pretty big. Market cap 1.3 billion. 394. It nearly touched $400. 44.17% down from its all-time high back in December. This is going to have a lot of legs. I think this is going to have a brilliant bull run. That chart looks really good. Could that be forming a flag? Could we be seeing another leg up very soon? Probably. I really wish I'd have got it down at $30. That would have been incredible. I know a lot of you are bullish as well. I saw a lot of people in my comments saying, a lot of you caught it really early, and I didn't, unfortunately. But I do believe this is going to be a very, very good play in the bull run. Next one is Oasis Network, or Rose. Paul, my mate Paul, who's a good friend of mine, his channel is Crypto with Paul. Check him out. He really loves Rose. I know he's stacking it as much as he can. Smart privacy starts here, so its better dApps require smarter privacy using cutting-edge tools to add customizable confidentiality to any Web3 activity. Now, confidentiality is going to be massive, particularly as we get into the stages where people are, wanting to really keep a good close check on their own data, because obviously these things are getting monetized and sold. Scalable, privacy first, versatility, decent backers, which is always, I think, important. And then, it's I think it's really good as well. I don't hold any, unfortunately, because I think it's going to be a good play as well. That's currently at $767 million market cap, 10 billion in supply, and it's currently at 11 cents. It's down 0.8% today, but obviously most cryptos are, as we know. 80% down from its all-time high from early January, January the 15th, which is actually today. So it's 2 years ago today that it hit 59 cents. Its max chart again, they soar up, and then they're starting to make that second peak. I think they're starting to come up again. AI coins, AI gaming, I think DeFi, launchpads, they're all going to come back during this bull run, in my opinion. One of my favorites as well is this one, which is Viot. I really like Viot. I held this for a while. I didn't keep it for long term, but I do want to get back into Viot. I'm just waiting for a more accessible price. My camera's gone off for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. AI-driven services powered by the first VFAA regulated digital asset. Viot offers a portfolio of blockchain-based AI assistants and on-chain intelligent contracts for business and consumers to provide automated services and transactions faster, easier, and affordable. Now, again, been featured in a lot of really good publications. Feel free to come watch this video on Viot as well. And then you can learn about its use cases. It can be a legal assistant. It can be a crypto protection broker and aggregator and a sales assistant. There's going to be a lot of real uses for this. And it's joined the Polygon ecosystem as well, which is quite interesting because also FanX is also going to go to Polygon in February. Price-wise, it's up 1.2% today at 15 cents. A market cap of just 46 million. So I still think that there's a lot of legs in this. 400 million total supply, 302 of those million are out in circulation, which I think is good. The chart overall, the all-time chart, is looking horrendous. However, I still think there's some legs here. And you can't really call that a spike, can you? But it's getting there. It's starting to sort of take off again. I think it will during the bull run. Again, nothing of this is financial advice. It's just how I feel and what I think is going to likely to happen. It was almost 3 years ago since it hit an all-time high of $3.60, and its all-time low was so cheap, so cheap. You know, these are the times that you'd love to get into these cryptos just before they start to even get promoted. Another one, which is very new. I think this is going to be brilliant as well. You can ask it to give you an analysis on crypto. You can ask it to make a smart contract for you. Loads of very, very unique and decent use cases. It's Chain GPT. The website's really good. This is what I imagine, a more futuristic style website. I think if Tao got a better website, a more digestible website, I think that'd be very useful to it. Although, it's probably going to do very well either way. Your gateway to Web3 AI. Smart contract auditing has always been a bottleneck for startups. Chain GTP solves this problem in seconds. It's very interesting. It's got some really good backers. It's got the chat bot, which is a reliable and fast source of information. Ask Chain GTP AI any question related to blockchain and crypto, and the AI can answer general and technical questions. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I think it's going to have a lot of use cases. It can generate NFTs. And trading as well. This could actually lock in and be a very, very useful asset. Currently, it's priced at $15, 15 cents, with only a 54 million market cap. So again, like VIA, I think it's got a lot of room to grow. Down 4.5% today, but like I said before, a lot of things are. Its all-time high previously was 9 months ago at 29 cents, and I think it's easy to get back there very, very shortly. If we look at its max chart, you can see again the spike, and then it's starting to come back up again now, because I still think we're coming to the edge of another AI kind of run. Another one that doesn't get spoken about a lot as well, which I'm going to mention because I think this is fantastic, but a lot of people don't really discuss it, is VXV, Vector Space AI. Now, this was around in the last bull run. I held some back then. Only got a $17 million market cap, and it's 46 cents at the minute. But what I do like about it is its total supply. Only 50 million tokens, 37.9 are already out. Its all-time chart, isn't superb in terms of, like, it had a big pump back in the 2021 bull run. It's gone down sizably since then. Although I still think there's some legs and some room to grow for this one too. It's 97.6% down, which is a lot, and it would put a lot of people off. It was $19.19 in September 2021. You can join their Telegram as well and have a look in there. There's a lot of really, intelligent, bright people in there. And it's more about biosciences. It looks at the way the human body reacts in space, different things like that. There's a lot of stuff to it. I'm quite bullish on it, but obviously the price doesn't make it very attractive for anyone, and I completely understand why that would be. But again, you have to make your own choices. If you want to see a deep dive of any of these particular cryptos, then I'll put it in the poll. But also, if you want, stick it in the comments, and the project with the most comments, we'll do a full deep dive into that particular project. So I think that could be interesting and probably useful to a lot of people. I know it'd be useful to me too. If you like this video, please smash the like button. I really appreciate when you guys do that. Subscribe-wise, you've done phenomenal. You smashed us through 3,100 subscribers now. We're pushing into that 4,000 range and hopefully hitting our 10,000 subscriber goal as fast as we can. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, have an amazing day, have an amazing evening. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll also see you a little bit later with our Casper update video, which I'm sure holders of Casper will be looking forward to. Thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye.